All they're doing is chasing cash flow, because that's what uneducated first-time investors only focus on. All right, the top 5 things to know before investing in real estate. Now, a lot of first-time investors are always emailing me and messaging me on social media asking what they should do before they even start looking at rental properties. So I thought I'd make this quick little video, talk about the top 5 things you definitely want to have in line before even looking at properties. Because remember, you don't want to waste your team members' time, i.e. your specialized realtor and your mortgage broker. You don't want to waste their time. Why? They're professionals, they're specialized in investment properties, and they like to work with action takers. If you start asking them to do things for you and show you properties and you don't buy any of those properties, over time, they will kick you off of their list, I promise you. And you don't want that to happen because you want to work with the pros. So number 1, is my area a good place to invest? Now, if you're a first-time investor, obviously investing in your hometown is the easiest. Instead of investing an hour away, 2 hours away, or even across the country away, investing in your own backyard is the easiest. But is it a good area? Now, I talk a lot about this on my channel about what makes an area a good place to invest. I'll go over it very quickly, but number 1, you want to invest in a place that has a strong GDP growth. Ideally, better than the provincial average and definitely the national average. Now, if you're investing in the United States, you want to invest in a city that's where the GDP is outperforming the state's average. So why is that important? Why do we care about GDP growth? This is the fundamental thing that leads to growth in an area. When we have GDP growth in a city or an area, it leads to job growth. Why? The area is booming, it's growing, jobs are growing. So what happens when there's job growth? People start moving in, the population growth happens. What happens after population growth? An increase in rental demand happens. Why? When people get jobs and they locate to a new city, they don't want to necessarily buy right away. They want to get to know the area and rent for a bit. So you're going to see a big increase in rent. Once we see GDP growth, we're about 12 months away from the rents increasing. And what happens after rents increase is that the actual demand on real estate prices increase. So if you start investing in cities when you see this, or even wait until the jobs come, which is what I would recommend, wait until the jobs start coming in, then you're getting ahead of the curve, okay? So you can easily find this out by doing research in your local area. Talk to other real estate investors, check on real estate forums, and you'll find the stats for your area. But basically, to bring it all down, you want to be investing in a place that's growing. Is your ideal place or where you live, is it growing? Are there jobs there? Is it a diverse industry? You want to stay away from areas that are one-hit pony towns. For example, if the town is all manufacturing or if it's all mining or whatever, you want to get away from one industry towns, because if a recession happens or with technology changing so quick, you want to invest in places that have a future, lots of diverse industries and lots of people moving to that area. So number 1, is my area good, and how do you define a good area? Number 2, where is the money coming from? Is it coming from you, or do you have to find a partner? So if it's coming from you, it's nice and easy. You have the down payment, you have the cost to renovate, you have the cost for land transfer tax and all the fees, legal fees. That's fantastic, that's easy. What if you don't have the money? How can you invest in real estate? It's not the end of the world, it's just a little harder. So you need to find partners. So the easiest way to find partners is to be an expert in whatever niche you're specializing in, which we'll talk about in a bit. But basically, you want to become an expert and draw people to you. So there's really 2 ways of doing this. Once you're an expert, it really depends on your personality. For example, if you're an extroverted personality, you're better off going to physical real estate meetings, talking to people that you know, your family, your friends, and pitching yourself to them, saying, hey, I researched all about real estate in Kitchener-Waterloo or Barrie, Ontario or Hamilton, Ontario. I know like the back of my hand. I know exactly what kind of property I'm going to buy. Here's how much they're going to cash flow on average, etc., etc. And you want to turn people to invest with you in person. Now, if you're the opposite of that, if you're introverted like myself, we don't really feel comfortable with doing that, with putting ourselves out there and meeting strangers. Obviously, we can do it, we can cope, but it's not our natural ability. So introverts generally are better off promoting themselves and showing their authority by blogs, videos like I'm doing right now, and education online to get people to come to them. So people message me all the time saying, I want to work with you, I want to partner with you. You know exactly what you're doing. You've done it over and over and over again. I just want to jump on the bandwagon. So that's what you want to get to and keep making that process better. So if you don't have the money, not the end of the world, you need to find partners. And how do you find partners? Become an expert and prove to them that you can take care of the money and make them more money with their money. Number 3, can I qualify for a mortgage? So you have the money now, either by yourself or with a partner. Can you qualify for a mortgage? This is when you speak to your specialized mortgage broker to get pre-approved. Before you even talk to a real estate agent, you want to get financially approved. Do not waste the realtor's time, as I said at the beginning of this video. So if you can qualify for a mortgage, again, nice and easy, that's perfect. If you want to scale your business and buy many properties, I promise you, you will likely hit a financing wall. We all do. Once you own 3, 4, maybe 5 properties you squeezed in under your own name, the banks are going to say no more to you for residential mortgages specifically, 5 units and down, some 4 units and down. So what do you do after that? Again, you have to find partners. You have to put your partner's name on title. So again, partners. So if you can't qualify on property number 1 or property number 5, it's the same process. You need to find a partner who can qualify for the mortgage. For example, on my real estate partnerships, my partners are required to put up all the money and qualify for the mortgage. That's their role. On closing day, it switches over. I take over. I manage the renovation process. I found the property and help them buy the property. Then I manage the renovations. I find the tenants. I manage the property managers. I manage the bookkeepers. I manage the lawyers, everything, the accountant. I'm dealing with everything. I'm running the business while they sit on the couch, relax if they want to, or I am the real estate coach and they can come on the field with me whenever they want and over email and phones. I'm their real estate coach for as long as we're a partnership. So that's how my partnerships work. That's how most partnerships work once you partner with a real estate expert. They're kind of based on that same model, but that's what you want to focus on. If you can't qualify for a mortgage, you need to find a partner that can. And if you can, for your first couple, that's fantastic. This will prove your track record. So it'll make it even easier to get partners in the future on properties 3, 4, 5, and above. If you have to find a partner on your very first one, you're at a disadvantage because you have no proven track record. So this is where family and friends come into play and getting someone that already trusts you to partner with you. Not impossible if it's your first one, but just a little harder. Number 4, what do I want from real estate? So this is something that most people never think about. They just chase the cash flow. My buddy said there's a good cash flowing property in Hamilton. My buddy said there's a good cash flowing property in Barrie. I should check that out. All they're doing is chasing cash flow because that's what uneducated first-time investors only focus on. You want to focus on what do you want your real estate to provide for you in the future and now. For example, my goal with real estate is to have $15,000 to $20,000 a month passive income from my properties, and I will be moving to Costa Rica or Hawaii or somewhere like it, running my business from a laptop, chilling on the beach, and living a very, very simple and healthy life. That's my ideal lifestyle. So what do you think I want from my real estate business? One that's very boring, autopilot, and easy, or one that has a lot of management, a lot of headaches, a lot of things going on? What do you think is a better suit for me? Obviously, the boring autopilot one. I don't want to live in the city where I'm investing. I want to get the hell out of Canada. I want to get somewhere warm on a tropical beach. So I want something very passive and very easy. So single family real estate fits perfectly for me, which goes into number 5. What type of tenant do you want? This directly dictates which type of real estate property you should buy. For example, like I said, my ideal tenant is my ideal investment is single family, and my ideal tenant is a mature couple or a young couple. Those are the ideal tenants that I want in my properties, ages 25 to 35. You know, mom and dad, the 2 kids, the cat and the dog. That is my ideal tenant. Why? They're very reliable, they're high quality, they have careers, they like to set down roots in the properties and stay for 3, 5, 7, even more years and just grow their family. That's perfect. That's what I want. I want the easy, boring business. But let's say I didn't want to move to Costa Rica or Hawaii. I just wanted to live in the city I invested in, do my thing, drive my sweet Lamborghini or sports car, whatever. Okay, then maybe multifamily or student properties will be a better fit for me. Maybe my ideal tenant is a low-income tenant or a student tenant, which dictates which property I want to buy. If I'm buying, or if I want a single guy or single girl or single people or a very young couple, multifamily might be the perfect fit for me, especially if my lifestyle is buying Lamborghinis and nice cars. I need a high cash flowing properties, multifamily, student properties. So you see how it directly relates to your goals? And a lot of people do not take the time to think about this. They just chase deals, chase cash flow. My friend said this was a good deal. My realtor said it was a good deal. My friend of a friend said I should go to Alberta and buy properties when I live in Ontario or whatever. You're chasing deals. Now those might be the right fit for you. I'm not saying they're not. I'm not saying if you're in Ontario, you should never invest in Alberta. Just, is it the right fit for your life? Is it the ideal life? Is it the ideal tenant that you want? If it is, fantastic. All right, so those are the 5 tips, or the top 5 things you should think about before investing in real estate. If you like this video, if you learned anything, please click like right below this video. And to get access to my 12 free video series, which goes very in depth from the start to the beginning, what you should do when you're starting out to buy real estate, or even if you're already a sophisticated investor, you can get access to that 12 free video course right below this video. If you want to find out more about my real estate investing apprenticeship program, about how you can become a partner of mine and I can be your real estate coach one-on-one, you can find out more about that program right about here. And to watch more videos, you can watch those right about here. See you in the next video.